it is trying to be different. It was trying to be new. Turn A has since gotten a better reputation. Folks kind of understood where Tommy was coming from, but at the time it was just a little too weird, unfortunately, for the average fan. Okay. I should also point out, again, this is not a comprehensive list of every Gundam series ever. This kind of highlights, because there's some, I love a lot of Gundam series, but I just can't cover every single one. But it is important that a few years later we got Gundam Build Fighters. Thank you! Yay! So, Gundam Build Fighters is an anime series made by a toy company in which the main characters collect toys and fight with them. They literally assemble Gundam model kits, take them into arcade machines, which scan them, and then they fight in arcade machines with their model kits. It's amazing. There's actually an OVA made before this with the same concept. And they did a full 26-episode anime series with this concept. And to everyone's surprise, it was a lot of fun. It is this, and importantly, Build Fighters is aimed at a younger audience. It's aimed at like the 12, 13-year-old roughly audience of kids who are aware of Gundam, probably have seen some bits of Gundam here and there, but they would appreciate kind of their own in to the fandom, right? You know, the average 12-year-old is not going to go back and watch Zeta Gundam, unfortunately. But they're going to watch a new anime series about collecting toys, because that seems to be a thing. Also, Gundam Build Fighters is chock full of Gundam references. If you like Gundam at all, there are callbacks to Gundam series from all over the place, very loving callbacks. Same writer as Gundam 00, who's a huge Gundam fan. And it was just, oh my gosh. I will also point out, I think it's worthwhile saying, the final episode has some references to other Gundam series and gives you, in a sense of closure about other Gundam series in a really weird way. It's fantastic. And then we got a sequel, Gundam Build Fighters Try, which I bring up because A, I really enjoyed this series, but this is aimed, the one disadvantage of Build Fighters is that because there are so many Gundam references in it, it's not as easy for the average current kid to kind of get all those references. Build Fighters Try is more separate from that. There are some fun references in there, but it's more of its own story about 3 kids who are all piloting these giant robots. I'm sorry, we're not piloting giant robots, who are collecting little toys and using them to fight with. Yes, exactly. Like the bear guy, which is awesome. Also importantly, because when the series opens, these 2 guys aren't anywhere yet. They haven't showed up yet. And the first couple episodes are about an attempt to build a group by the girl. So this was technically the first Gundam series with a female protagonist. And this, caught people's attention. Hey, that's maybe not a bad idea. So you get a team Gundam series, much more in the vein of a Dragon Ball, Naruto, One Piece kind of a series. So if you know a kid that you want to get into Gundam, this is gonna get all their buttons. This is made to appeal to that modern aesthetic of an anime series about a group of people coming together to fight bad guys and win the day and all that fun stuff. And a little more self-contained than other Gundam series. So great place to start for those kind of things. Okay, if you want, yes?
Does it have any connection to the original builders?
Very, very lightly. Other characters show up, basically, from Build Fighters. That's a spoiler.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm trying to think of examples that aren't like, oh my gosh. Okay, I'll just say it. In Gundam Build Fighters, there's a scene early on where they're all just kind of talking in a store and trying to figure out which model kit to buy. And somebody turns and says, "Oh, Rombo Rawl, what do you think?" And Rombo Rawl, in civilian clothes, walks over and says, "That's a good one to buy," and picks up, a certain blue mobile suit. And Rombo Rawl is a character in the Gundam Build Fighters universe who just chats with the kids and helps out.
Best line ever was they're like, "Is that Robot Dashi kit?" "This is no Robot Dashi kit, boy! No Robot Dashi!"
And same voice actor, by the way. Like they got Rama Raw's voice actor to voice Rama Raw. So he's also in Try. And a few other characters come along. But you don't need to know any of that to enjoy the show. Alright, so if you want to buy Gundam or watch it, Right Stuff has been releasing all of Gundam. I've been an anime fan for about 20 years. This has been the dream for decades to actually get all of Gundam in America, and it's finally happening. It's amazing. So you can get pretty much every Gundam series at this point, at least the TV series and OVAs, and most of the movies on Amazon. Yes?
Hulu also has a bunch of these.
Hulu, awesome, thank you. Crunchyroll streams a bunch of them, and Gundam.info has pretty much everything. They're the official Japanese site for Gundam, and they put a lot of them up there streaming with English subtitles and French and German, and you want subtitles, they have subtitles on that. They're really aggressive on that one. Okay, so I'm Brett Newhall. My website is Geek Archaeology. I have put these slides at geekarchaeology.com/panels. So you're going to download these if that's helpful to you. Otherwise, thank you all very much for sitting there for the last hour or so. Other questions? Yes.
Hate to ask this question, but which is your favorite series of the moment?
Preface this by saying that I like different series for different reasons, right? Like, I love Zeta Gundam for where it goes. I love Mobile Suit Gundam for all its different elements. I love 8th MS Team for just how pure of an experience that is. But twist my arm, turn A Gundam. It is just a beautiful experience, and the music. Yoko Kanno at her best. Yes?
The slide where you listed all the different Gundam series. If you're trying to enter the Gundam universe, you want to watch as much as possible without watching all of this. Do you have a list of here's what you should watch in order without watching everything ever?
So that's a tough one. Good question. I usually recommend start with original Mobile Suit Gundam. Just start there, and then go. And I should also point out, my view is this is all entertainment. You are not forced to watch anything, right? If you get partway through Double Zeta Gundam and you're like, not for me, that's fine. But I start with original Gundam and then go from there. And then, in my view, especially with the alternate universe stuff, is give them a couple episodes. Try Wing, try X, see if it fits your taste. It might not, and that's okay. And one of the nice things about the alternate universe stuff is it's one thing. Wing got a sequel and other things got a sequel, but it's not going to hurt you that much.
As far as order goes,
so I would go chronological. Chronological in terms of release date, because that's more or less chronological in Gundam timeline. So yes.
Well, my question is, I've only ever seen Wing and Idol. So my question is Idol related to something?
No, it's no timeline.
I used to reference a lot of things from back in the war, forever ago, and I was like, I don't know where they go.
No, it's its own timeline.
Okay.
Yes, you have
Thoughts on F91? Would it have been better if it got to the full series treatment?
I think so. So F91 was they originally planned it to be a TV series and ended up making it into a movie. It's one of those things where we don't really have the budget for a TV series, so they did it as a movie. I actually didn't mind F91 too much. I don't think it's that incomprehensible, but you can certainly see there's a lot to F91 they didn't really cover. So it would have helped, but it's one of those things. I think you were next.
Any thoughts on the live action announcement?
Thoughts on the live action announcement. So for those who are not familiar, Bandai announced that they are making a live action Gundam movie with Legendary Entertainment. Big budget Gundam movie. I like what I've heard so far. I think they're taking the appropriate approach. By the way, one of the when they sat down with Legendary Entertainment, they said, first thing off, no soldier cigar chewing cliches, right? We're not going to have, dumb American soldier cliches in this movie. Also, the main character has to be a pilot. We don't want to follow the thing of main character stumbles into giant robot, because, again, we kind of know that's probably not going to appeal to the average audience. We can make the main character, somebody who is not necessarily crazy about what he or she is doing, but that whole stereotype probably isn't going to work so well. So I'm hopeful. On the other hand, whatever, my self-worth is not tied up in the success of that movie, right? So if it doesn't work out, that's fine. They're going to try their best, and that's okay. Honestly, I think it will probably be fine. You know, it will not be horrible. It will be interesting. It's probably not. We all want this to spark a huge rise in Gundam fandom in America. It's something everyone in America will watch Gundam now, right? Not going to happen, unfortunately. I wish it would, but whatever.
So I have a odd, off-topic sort of hypothetical question.
Okay.
So one of the things I love to do is if a company does like two different things and they're sort of similar in style, I like to think like even though they never directly mention that this takes place in the same universe, maybe there's a possibility it is. Cowboy Bebop has a very similar style. Both are Sunrise. What is your take on like if any of these series were to sort of meld in the timeline? How would it fit? Like if Cowboy Bebop were to somehow be.
So I mean, if I were doing it, I would probably I would take the easy way out. So Gundam would certainly be in the future of Cowboy Bebop's timeline, but I'd have a lot of references to Bebop characters. So I'd have people have heard. So the ability to do ball joints was designed by this brilliant inventor named Ed. Right? And I kind of bounced back and forth between the technology of Gundam being kind of developed at the time of Cowboy Bebop, and all that kind of going in that direction. Maybe Vicious was an arms dealer and ended up involved in electronics being formed or something along those lines. So I think that's the best way I'd do it. I don't know. Good question. Yeah.
F91 was mentioned a moment ago. I found that if you watch Victory right after F91, actually I read an interview that said basically Victory is made up largely of stuff that wasn't able to go into F91.
Okay.
So it's sort of,
Interesting.
yeah, it's sort of the continuation, but not.
Okay, that's helpful to know. So if you couldn't hear it, so basically Victory was composed of a lot of the material they wanted to put in F91. You want to kind of see some of the material that would have been there, you kind of get a sense of it. Same thing with Double Zeta Gundam and Char's Counterattack, where they pulled out some stuff for Char's Counterattack from Double Zeta and it kind of suffered for that.